Best of luck to you.
Alrighty, it's that time of the morning where we get to look at a racing game for 3 hours. My name is Technickle, and on commentary I have...
Oh, we are really delayed here. Holy cow. It's your boy Rally for the win, or FGW. Yeah. I'm just here to be a cheerleader.
Perfect. Alrighty. So, if you guys have never seen this game before, it's 27 years old, and basically the premise is to be the best in the world at every country. You have 20 cars, you're the 19th technically. See what I did there? And you have to beat first place, which might sound very difficult. But fortunately, we have strategies involved to do so. I did set the player name already to RETROTHON because I'm that kind of guy. We are setting the gears to manual because, as Rally found out,
we'll talk more about that for sure.
Is that it is faster than automatic. So we're gonna start in Australasia, or Australia in the Japanese version, apparently, in Auckland. We have no upgrades. We have 0 money. The paint shop is free, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna choose purple because I'm that kind of awesome guy, and it is Rally's favorite color in the game. So,
oh, you're too kind.
And I have created tasks for this game, so make sure to check those out as well. Anyway, I'm going to get started here and not waste any more time. In 3, 2, 1. As I drop the controller on the ground, that's part of the strategy. The strategy is to drop the controller on the ground. This actually manipulates RNG. So, okay.
My man's about to break a hole.
Making sure everything's good to go. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this is Auckland. Nothing too special here. Just gotta win the race.
Yeah, you'll see that these beginning tracks here aren't really much to talk about other than having just fantastic music, which is why I don't really want to do as much commentary, but I'm talking a lot as it is. But yeah, these first few tracks, they're just quite simple, easy turns. Most notable turn here is he's probably already on the second lap right now. I'm just as behind as you guys are. I'm trying to imagine where he's at. It's like 300 level IQ commentary.
All right, first place, get back here, please. And don't lead the pack for 5 races. That'd be great.
Oh, are you playing this on the championship?
Yeah. Gotta get that experience in, you know what I mean?
So, a really weird thing with the difficulties of this game, it turns out that playing on the harder difficulties kind of messes with the AI a bit. Sometimes they'll do some crazy bonking at the beginning, and when they get bonked, they get like a faster speed or whatever. And at the higher difficulties, they just never lose that top speed. They just keep that constant speed, and you'll never catch up to them sometimes, it feels like.
Yeah, the CPUs are very nitro heavy for the first like 10 races. Alright, please hit that car. Thank you. There we go. Either he hit that car or he slowed down on purpose. I couldn't tell.
Tenmachi, he says a major reason to use manual versus automatic is you can use downshifts to slow down instead of braking. Technical, how often would you say you brake in this game?
Not that often actually, because most of the time it's either you're going off-road or you're just releasing the accelerator button. You're not really braking that much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for you, I guess that would be a great reason to use manual. Using manual is you'll see it more often, or you'll see the use of it later on. It becomes more dramatic why we use manual instead of automatic, but the most notable reason of many is that at the start of each race, it's faster to stay in lower gears as you initially nitro. I'm quite ahead right now, but you'll see him nitro at the beginning of pretty much every race, or as close as he can to the beginning as he's accelerating. And then once he feels like he's bottomed out on a usefulness of a gear, he'll shift up and all that. And you'll see that with manual. It's almost like you can't really get a direct comparison to automatic because we don't use it here. But in automatic, it shifts for you without keeping in mind the bottoming out of a gear.
Oh, green car wants to play today, apparently. Haven't had that happen in a while. So, I did upgrade the gearbox. That's because it keeps speed. Um, but that doesn't make the CPU any easier or less difficult, so they can catch up to you at any point, really. It just depends on how well you race.
Right. So the gearbox, its function is listed in the game manual. Kind of works like that in the game. It increases your max top speed. Now that doesn't take into account the power of your engine that allows you to accelerate up to that speed. Uh, a better way of saying that is just engine upgrades make you accelerate faster. I said all that.
I just love hearing that car squeal. So the X race is a dark stage, but that doesn't really matter. There are dark stages in this game that are difficult, but since this is the beginning, it's pretty easy so far.
Yeah, I'm trying to recall. Isn't there? Is it? I know there's one in Italy,
Ugh,
and I think
that
there's one in
one.
Japan. Those are later on. I didn't find out about this or didn't pay much attention to it until like a couple years back, where I realized that the countries that you play in are in alphabetical order. Um, it blew my mind when I realized it. I was like, wait, why is it like this? Oh, nice dodges, by the way.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know. I find the visual acuity, for myself at least, it's a little bit better at the night stages. It almost feels like you could see them, and by them I mean the CPU cars, from a lot further away. I don't know if that's just me though.
Yeah, I think they have like their lights on or something, and you can.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think just contrasted with the complete darkness of what you're seeing, it's just, I don't know, it feels weird. Right, right. Major factor of success in this game is how quickly you tear yourself out of the pack at the start. That's definitely true. You'll find that later on in the game, that becomes much harder. Nitroing at the start, is really beneficial because you just gain that increased rate of acceleration, but at the same time, it's mad difficult when you're trying to dodge 19 cars that could potentially mess everything up.
All right, 3290. Not great, but I'll take it. All right, so introducing the first rain track. We're going to upgrade the tires to wet tires, and we're going to upgrade the nitro as well. That gives us more speed and more control over the car.
Yeah, Technickle told me just recently that the dry tires aren't necessarily a requirement until a bit later in the game. And at that point, you'll have enough money to where it just doesn't even matter. Or at least I think so, anyways. But on Sydney, this track without wet tires is not completable. It's not going to happen.
Right, unless you're not boosting, I guess.
Hmm.
Because you're going so slow anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Hmm. And the straightaways, like moving left and right on a straightaway, isn't necessarily an issue, but it's the turns and taking them fast that makes everything an issue. Yeah, the AI doesn't really rubber band unless you, like I said, it's kind of weird. It feels like when you hit an AI, the speed that you give it just kind of sticks for them throughout the entire level unless they get bumped by another car.
Right, this isn't Top Gear 3000, where the AI is just insane. There was a car on this track on lap 1 here that wanted to catch up to me because it bumped into me, but it doesn't really matter. I'll be able to win pretty easily.
Sometimes that what feels like an unfair, almost like rubber banding is just like, if he just gets ahead of you and he stays ahead, doesn't get hit or anything, like there goes that upgrade that you were just trying to get after winning a stage, or at least you assuming that you were going to get first on a stage.
Nice. Sub 12 minutes.
That's not bad at all.
Alright, so this track is a fog stage. It basically just introduces you to all the elements at once in the beginning, besides snow, which is weird. You think they would introduce snow, but they didn't.
Technical, after Loch Ness, if you could, after loading the start screen or whatever for your upgrades, could you increase the game volume a bit?
Sure thing.
We got you, Oipo. We hear your request.
I'll bump it up like 3 notches or so.
So yeah, this is the first stage that introduces the red $ upgrade, or not an upgrade. It's like a pickup item that refreshes after every lap, and it gives you what's essentially a half nitro.
Yeah, this track is pretty crazy if done semi decently. Because you can like hit a nitro and then hit the half nitro at the same time, and it just
And you just fly.
222 easily.
See what I mean with oh, yeah, the AI is just keeping its speed. I don't know if he's passed first yet. I'm still, for reference, I by the time I said this, the timer was 122. But it feels like you just can't catch up to the AI no matter what you do.
I got him that time. He slowed down.
Oh, word.
I just gotta finish out this race here. Please don't pass me.
That was a sick dodge, by the way, with that at the start of that last lap there. Oh, yeah, he probably got bonked with that other car that's just zooming. I don't know what those toys are called with like like the like there's like 5 balls attached to strings and you drop the ball on one side and it just kind of transfers over to the other. I don't know what that toy's actually called, but it feels like the cars just ping pong, just transfer speed like that. It's not, I wouldn't call it rubber banding, but yeah, Mario Kart 1 has some insane rubber banding. Same with F-Zero. If you play F-Zero on Master Mode. Also, this is an evil track. This is for the 6th track in the game. It's incredibly lengthy and taking hits doesn't help. The armor system works as a means to decrease your maximum top speed. Every time you get hit, it just lowers your max top speed that you can hold. So things like bonks don't just hurt you in that you slow down at the moment, you also slow down over time as well.
Alright, blue car. Want to play ball? I'll play ball. I got nitros to use, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that hairpin corner is unnecessarily hard. I feel like for a game that just like feels super awesome when you hold the A button, that corner is just the bane of my existence. And I think, and here's where I kind of go into some history. A couple years back, we found a random password generator off of gamehacking.org. It turns out this guy discovered that there was an unused gas tank upgrade, which is why you see there's a fuel gauge that doesn't really matter. Even if you took like 4 minutes to complete this stage, you don't actually run out of gas. In fact, it's more likely that you'll lose just by placing 11th or higher instead of running out of gas. And so my guess is that they were going to take a really good part, I think, out of Top Gear 1 with the whole refueling your fuel. And in the form of a pit stop. And I'm sure that that first turn was going to be the first turn you took after exiting the pit stop. Which is why it's so tight, because I'm sure... Oh wait, I don't even know though, because even with a slow speed, sometimes you can still bonk on the side there. But yeah, because the release of this game was a bit rushed, the feature got scrapped. I think it was because the game was rushed. It could just be that it wasn't... I think it was rushed. I think that's the story that was happening. Oh, yeah, no. Top Gear 1 is just brutal in general. Same with Top Gear 3000. Like, you run out of fuel, too bad. See you later. You'll find that in those games, there's a couple of really crazy speedrunners. Great dodging at the start of that stage.
Thanks.
Yeah, same with Sheffield, which is where Gremlin Interactive actually developed the games, where they had their offices, this town. so they dedicated it into this game.
It's actually the longest track in the game, I think, right? Could be.
Oh,
I think by
what is it?
comparison.
Is it like 2.8 over 3 laps?
I think it's maybe 3.5 minutes overall, depending on how you
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. So I feel like these two stages back to back, just because of their length, I think this is where they wanted to test the whole pit stop thing. But again, it just never got completed. So they gutted that, and then by association, also the fuel gauge.
So for those of you that have seen my TAS, you'll know that this is one of the tracks that are very glitchy. Same with the other track before it.
Does this have a wall clip?
Yeah, it's there's actually 2 wall clips here. One at the near the finish line and one right before the money. If done right, you can like re-glitch yourself into the wall. That's like tool assisted only. Yeah, my task is on YouTube. It's on the task videos YouTube channel and on the website.
There are rare occasions where, for the sake of not even just speedrunning, I mean, I guess in a racing game, when aren't you speedrunning? But yeah, for the sake of strats in this game, on snowy levels when you're going really fast and the curve is not too tight of it's not like hairpin tight, but it's doable. You can kind of let go of the speed or maybe even consider going through the side markers.
So this is the one of the tracks where you can upgrade the engine because you have enough money, but it's not the best engine yet, but it does suffice for now.
You get the 30,000 engine.
I think it's 50 or something like that.
Oh, you got the second one.
Yeah.
So you'll see Technickle kind of dodging these speed bumps and the roadblocks. The roadblocks are definitely not good. They completely tear into your armor when you hit them. But the speed bumps actually, even though your car hops and it looks really cool, they slow you down, so you'll see him go to the side sometimes to avoid them. There's a track in Japan, I'm not sure which one. There's a couple of tracks throughout the game where they kind of put speed bumps on both sides of the track. And so if you run into them, you're stuck hopping and losing so much of your speed.
Alrighty, so that's Britain done. Next we have Canada. And
Start off on Banff, right?
yeah, this track is it's something. I feel like it's, I don't know, it's weird to me because it has a speed up at like the weirdest time.
Yeah, it's like once you grab it, and it's near like like 2/3 of the way through the lap. If you don't position yourself for the longest right turn of your life, you'll bonk on the left side.
This track is also has a wall glitch as well. That took me a long time to discover, actually, because I wasn't sure how it worked. But then I was like, oh hey, let me do it over here and see what happens. Which is the left-hand side instead of the right side.
Yeah, so there's a weird property with most of the walls in this game. Uh, some of the walls.
Yeah, some of them. There are instances that it'll work, but then sometimes it just doesn't.
So yeah, you'll see him downshift when he picks up the red consumable pickup, stage pickup. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it a stage pickup. The downshifting is, like I mentioned at the start of race, you'll see him kind of stay at a gear to accelerate faster. It's the same thing. You just have more control over reaching a higher speed at the lower gears.
Yeah, I was gonna turn the audio up, wasn't I, a little bit?
Oh,
Got to do that. But I'll do it after
all-
this. Alright, that should be good, hopefully. Turned it up a little bit. So another long track here. Another rain track. But it is fairly easy. It gives you a nitro pickup as well, so nothing to worry about.
There's a few differences between the difficulties. On the lower difficulties, you'll see more yellow money pickups, and those give you $1,000 each. But more importantly, I think, is an increase in obstacles that make you slip, things like puddles, and you'll see sometimes grass textures that are on the road. Those make you slip as well. They're really hard to spot sometimes, but you'll get a better idea of it in the next stage, I think, if it's Toronto I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Toronto, which is a sunny track, so
Is that the one with the long straightaway?
that has the weird like sharp turn after the light poles, and then the downhill into tunnel. So I think that's like the longest straightaway.
Yeah, the rain straight down even with this speed. They actually stole the wind texture from Lost Levels. They went and took the pixels, made them blue, and then was like, yeah, let's just put this on a couple stages. This looks dope. It's bad enough that confetti just ruins the quality of videos. I'm joking about the the wind, of course. Don't want to disrespect Big John, of course.
So Toronto is one of those tracks where you can just boost a lot and get away with it. It has 2 laps.
And the turns are quite forgiving, with the exception of maybe one at the start there. Rabbit on Fire QC, spoiling the fun of Greece.
Oh boy.
No, I'm just hating on the rain effect for no reason.
Now the fun part of Greece on the first track is sub 2 minutes, question mark. Which is possible. I've done it in real time.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Oh, was that Athens at the start? Hold on. Just look at it. Yeah, oh my goodness.
Uh, 262 is the fastest possible speed. There is a glitch that you can do where you can like drive backwards in 6th gear and like go like 268, but it's like hit a certain pixel on the wall with a wall glitch. I'm not sure if anything faster than 262 is possible going forward or not, but
I mean, if it is, you're going downhill for quite some time. Or at least you're hoping you're going downhill for quite some time.
So if I managed my money correctly, then that means I'll be able to upgrade again after this race here.
Oh yeah, the bow tie spaghetti level um, has a really nice straightaway at the second part of the track before giving you like an evil. Oh wait, no, the evil turns at the start. That's right. That little V at the top there, the map.
Yeah, they were like, hey, let us give you a speed up, but we're gonna give you an evil turn as well.
Just saw it. That was clean. Second lap right turn was clean as heck, dude.
I might have played this game once. Okay, maybe 200 times, but
Yeah. So I remember when the first time I did this in just one sit down was tough enough. Yeah, there's a lot of tomfoolery.
Is the stream good or no? Is it back up? I can't tell.
Are you still playing, or did you pause?
I'm playing still.
Oh. It looks like we've got a... Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So, doesn't matter.
Yeah, so he finished the last track of Canada, and then a couple of tracks in Egypt. Most notably a 9-lap track and a 7-lap trek.
Back on? Nice. Okay. So this is another dark track here. It's fairly easy. Yet again.
So if you notice in the top right, we have one of the 4 chicken McNugget boot shape. Oh, sick dodging on that 3rd lap.
Alrighty. So this track, we're gonna upgrade the nitro to the best nitro.
Oh, is it nitro time?
It sure is. So that means we only have left the engine. Pretty sure.
I think so. Right. As your armor takes damage, you lose some of your maximum top speed that your car initially has. It's very possible, depending on how a car contacts you, it's very possible you get the infinite bump. It's not really an infinite bump, but the car will just stay in front of you, almost like it's braking at the same time you're trying to drive through it, and it just... You get caught on the other car, and it just like you just collide like, I don't know, those rock magnets. I've been talking a lot about Tinker Toys today. Really weird. Did you get sub 2?
I'm gonna say 204, 205, 206, 207. Just off the mark.
Oh, that's interesting. Does whoa, huh. Tenmachi, that's really interesting that you say that. Of course, the acceleration drops off. I never really took steering into account. I wonder if the side panels affect your, like the side armor affects how well you steer. Big if true. That's something I didn't know about. I'm gonna go and test that later. And if that's the case, I'm gonna have to credit you for some information I didn't really know about. Yeah, once Technical gets the best engine, in fact, you might even see a bit of it now. But once he gets that top engine, he's got everything he needs to go fast and stay fast. Stay fast is the new neon light here. We're going to talk a bit about what did we call it?
Limited speed.
Yes, Longy Boosty. Bro, I'm tired.
Longy Boosty confirmed.
So once he gets that best engine and he boosts, depending on where he boosts in the track and how long he stays going downhill to keep his speed, there's a certain point in speed where it kind of this happens. I need to mention this value first. In mph, it's 228 miles an hour. Once you boost past that, you start to decelerate slower at around that rate. So if you're coming down from like 250, 260 miles an hour, you'll start to decelerate slower up to 228 miles per hour, and then the speed will drop down again.
So this is actually my favorite track in the entire game, which is Monaco.
Oh, Monaco's dope.
Only because it has a lot of nitros. You can keep boosting and it feels good.
What is there, like 2 or 3 nitro pickups in this one?
I think it's 2. There's one on the bend after the downhill, and then one on the uphill or something like that.
So yeah, you'll see the counter go slower as he comes down from 250 to 260, like kind of plateaus or levels off at 228, and then if he were to go slower, or if he were going to boost, it would just drop down to whatever his top speed's supposed to be without it, which is somewhere around like 185 maybe. It's been a minute.
Kind of crashed there a little bit. That's okay though.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Will do. Alright, I'm gonna get the tires, dry tires, just because. So this is another one of those tracks where you can keep boosting a lot. I mean, not like the previous track before it, but quite a bit. So I was testing this track for wall glitches, but I'm not sure if there is any. I think I've done one before once, but I don't know if it's pixel perfect or not. Some walls are different than others, where you can just slam right into it and it'll either warp you or make you spin out. But sometimes it's just impossible to do any of those things. The yellow car. Trying to stagger my speed, I see. I was grooving there for a second, and then out of nowhere. Friendly green car. Still not bad though, 213. Roughly you want to get like a 209, 210 there. Another rain track here. Nothing too special. There are sharp turns here, but it's not too much to worry about. Okay then. I was gonna make that turn, but I guess not. Thought I had it in the bag there, but the game said otherwise. I think it's because the car gets stuck between two objects. I'm pretty sure that's what happens, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that's how I'm looking at it anyway.
I just got back. What did I miss?
Uh, Nothing much. We're just almost done with France.
Nice.
I'm gonna hit this thing here just because I feel like it. There we go.
Oh wait, there is nice in France. I forgot about that. Did I miss the nice memes?
You did, unfortunately.
Oh, technical reason why slamming into a wall can instantly win the race. Did you explain that already?
I explained my version. If you have another version, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Um, I'm not necessarily qualified enough to. Well, actually I have a degree in computer science. And maybe if I cared a little bit more, I could be. But um, I think it has something to do with how the game updates your position in the track. The frame rate in this game, for some things, is 60 frames per second, but as far as updating the graphics, it's not 60 frames a second. It's more variable.
Yeah, I would say that it's more variable.
So my guess is that during the sometimes 3 to 5 frames it takes for the game to update your position, it's making those calculations during that time and updating certain parts of the screen, like the tires are constantly vibrating back and forth between, it's like flickering white and gray. But as it's updating the position, I think once it does that calculation, it checks and whether or not you should be able to go through a wall, and sometimes a collision works right. And I don't want to get all what's that Super Mario 64 guy? Is it like Pan and Coke?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that might be a reason where it's almost like there's a collision box that, if you're in, but if your car kind of like goes completely through it, or whatever part of the car the game thinks you are, if you're like, once you go past it, it just like, oh, we don't know where to put you, we're just gonna shoot you out at like this portion of the map, which, oh, by the way, is 2 laps ahead, or it's the whole track ahead. That's what I think. I just don't want to go through the labor-intensive process of going through assembly line or the assembly language and decompiling. That kind of stuff takes time, and if I had time, I would do it.
All right, so this track, I was testing this in Test Studio, and it does have a wall glitch, but unfortunately, it's a negative wall glitch, meaning that it doesn't advance you any laps. It kind of just sends you backward in 20th place on the first lap. But if there is a wall glitch here that is not sending me backwards, and does finish the race. I'll have to find it eventually.
Yeah, I know it's possible sometimes, even when going forwards, to attempt a wall glitch. Sometimes it'll send you backwards. You can have a negative lap counter, but the game doesn't register that the value changed below 1. Oh, did I miss the Hugh sitting part of the run?
Um, I believe so. I'm pretty sure. Maybe.
I don't know if I talked about that. There's a track in this game called Houston. It's in Egypt. So yeah, I don't recall talking about this. So that track features the pyramids of Giza in the background, but because it's I don't know if it's like a licensed name, someone owns it, the rights to the name, and so the company couldn't have, Pyramids of Giza as their track name. So instead they chose Hugh Sitting, which just happens to be a photographer of some stature. I, I don't know who exactly this guy is and why he's so important to Gremlin Interactive, but he's important, and we have to mention it. Right. On a hardware level, that sounds right. That sounds familiar to me. But even on just a technical sense, no pun intended, um, you wouldn't race driving backwards usually.
Usually. In heavy quotes. Alright, so I should be able to upgrade here. And I can. Good. So now you've pretty much upgraded everything besides the armor, which I'll upgrade after Athens, because I'm gonna need it.
Oh. This next track, Munich, is particularly evil. There's a couple of like really sharp turns, or maybe they're not. Yeah, there's a couple of really sharp turns, and even without those turns, turning on levels where it's actively snowing, there's an issue in that once you go over, depending on your tires, do you have dry tires already?
I have the third best so far.
Once you go, I think it's like 200 and change miles an hour, depending on how sharp the turn is, your car will start to hydroplane. I guess just slide on ice. I don't know if it's necessarily hydroplaning. Regardless, your car will hydroplane if you're going too fast on turns. You don't hydroplane going left or right on a straightaway. The reason I mention this is that if the turn isn't too sharp, you can mash the direction that you're turning to get better grip control. The game checks how long you've been holding a button before it decides, oh, hey, you've been turning too long. We're going to make your car slide. So you can mash left or right as you're turning to maintain grip. On some turns, this is viable to do because it's maintaining grip is better if you're not if it's the difference between hitting a wall and losing speed. On some turns, it's not completely viable to do just because it's just so sharp. On some turns, you don't even have to do it. It really just depends on how sharp the turn is.
All right. Time for sub 2 question mark.
Still a really good unit. So yeah, this is Greece. This level's evil. Don't let the mini-map in the top right deceive you. It's not NASCAR. Sometimes you'll see Technickle go in the grass to... It kind of does a couple of things. You get better grip control in grass, as in you don't... You get better grip control in the sense that it keeps you off the track, and it also slows you down. On this track, it's a necessity. These turns are just really, really sharp. Contrary to popular belief, holding down a button harder does not make you turn better. Nor does actually tilting the controller.
All right, 201.
Yeah, man.
Actually, would have been sub 2 if I didn't mess up.
Man, that track gives me this next one too. I think is the most evil of all the tracks. Or at least I just from youth playing it. There's a blind turn near the end of the track. The indicators tell you you're making a right turn, and then oops, it's a left turn, and the indicators are on the inside. And if you miss that turn, You're bonking. You're bonking on the bridge.
Oh, should we mention the wall glitch here as well?
Is there a wall glitch here?
Yeah, I think you did it once, going like 120 or something.
It's the weird part of it too. I mentioned that depending on how the game updates, I don't know how this wall glitch works because you can do it going slow as well. So I don't have a proper theory for it. Maybe the game's just a buggy mess.
Yeah, it's on Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and Amiga CD32. But this is the superior version compared to both.
Yeah. Was it the? I'm not sure which version. Whatever Sega console this game was released on as well. I think that one forces you to either choose between game sound or the music. Having both at on the Super Nintendo at the cost of a few of the tracks, I think is it's just superior. I think even the feel of this game is much better.
All right, so this track is it's pretty fun. Nothing too special here though. There's no wall glitch here that I know about, so just a normal race.
Yeah, I guess this game was on the Amiga. I didn't even think about that. Um, I don't know if that was a port or what. I'm not quite sure about that.
I think the Amiga version is like a SNES port, but it's worse, which is surprising.
Yeah, looking at it, the quality of the game looks fantastic, but it's just I don't know. Feels like a Microsoft PowerPoint just looking at these gameplay videos. Oh! Brazilians have entered the chat. Save the trees. It's unbelievably fascinating to me that um, in Brazil, or at least I'm speaking on behalf of a couple of the runners that are from Brazil that play this game. Here in the US, and maybe just about anywhere else, this game, it as far as a SNES racing game, it's up there in terms of quality, but Super Mario Kart and F-Zero, those things are king. Maybe Stunt Race FX. This game isn't necessarily like as popular. Like even the first Top Gear is it's notable. In Brazil, Top Gear is as huge as Mario. Or at least that's what I've been told. When I started running this game, I didn't expect that. I figured this was like I wouldn't say it's niche. I would say it's a product of its age and it served its purpose. This game, absolutely fun to play. Just a bit overshadowed by better games. That I will say. And so just hearing that, Brazil, it's just this game is just the entire series is as popular as other mainstream titles. Blows my mind. A lot of it has to do with the market of video games and just electronics in general. I don't know if I want to get into the history of that. I couldn't retell it as well as other people, but if you want to search up a documentary on it, it's quite fascinating. The only reason I don't necessarily want to talk about it is that it does get a little political, and I don't want to do that here. But it is interesting. It's entering, by the way. You want to talk about India?
Yeah, so India. Basically, it's a lot of circles and figure eights, in my opinion.
Yeah, Everport is a couple. I don't know what you'd call those. It's like quick S turns, almost like a snake. But I think there's a better term for it. And Brazil, it's not that like the first Top Gear is what's massively popular. The second one not so much, but the Top Gear is as synonymous as Mario. I think blew my mind.
These cars are out to get me today, apparently.
Yeah, I saw one just kind of like do that rapid bump.
So this track, it does have a wall glitch, but it's not like a zip. It's more of a spin out where it'll send you forward some laps.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
There's no bridge. Wait, can you do it on those like? Oh man.
You know those little like small grayish things? Grayish black things or whatever they are? Right there. You're right. When I went through the tunnel. That's the place I do it at. I'll point it out again. So like right there.
Oh, you meant on the second India track.
Right.
I thought you meant the first one. I was prepared to have my mind completely blown.
Alright, what's next in India here after this? There's a Delhi, I think. Pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah, Delhi.
And then it's Taj Mahal, which is severely broken.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the music's completely different in the Amiga version as well. Yeah, so if you check the track layout in the top right, you'll see the state of Nebraska.
I think there's a wall glitch here too. I could be wrong though. I've done it once. I know I have.
This one I think there is.
Not too bad. I'll take that. 153. Thinking about upgrading the side armor because
Got the front armor already taken care of?
yep.
Word.
So another wall glitch spin out here as well. On that little snake path past the open tunnel area. And I can't wait to talk about the next two tracks. They're probably the most notorious tracks.
Oh, are you talking about the start of Ireland?
Oh, you betcha.
Oh boy. You know, I say you do a wall glitch just because. Never mind the category. Unless you're going for world record, in which case I don't want to stop you.
Nah, this is not world record pace. This is like probably like 10 minutes off at this point.
Let's take a look. See. Yeah, don't do the wall glitch.
All right, here we go. No wall glitch.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
But
it.
for those of you that played this game, this is one of those tracks that is actually the most broken compared to every other track. For reasons I will never know. It is 4 laps though, so I mean it's not too difficult. It's
Oh
just
yeah, no, this.
it's just a scuba diving mask, or whatever it is.
Ah, it's a Super Nintendo controller.
Just yeah, or it's a Super Nintendo controller that's really bent out of shape.
Yeah, it's like the stubby cousin.
The stubby cousin. Possibly, if there is time, I'll show it. It would only take like a minute anyway, if that.
Yeah, this is the stage I would do it on, for sure. Either that or you just pull up a video. Yeah, by the way, if you guys see any notable shapes in the top right, feel free to call out what they look like.
Yeah, kind of play it like Pictionary or something.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I love this track. Probably one of my favorite tracks. Besides Monaco. This track does have a wall glitch on it. I discovered it. And you can do this track in 4 seconds. There's actually 2 wall glitches here, but one's more effective than the other. What's next? Rain track, I think? Could be.
Yeah, Killarney.
And then it's...
If my memory serves right, Limerick?
I believe so. I actually got bad RNG there. Ours were in a unforgiving spot. Might as well use the money that I got. I feel like they kind of overshot the pricing of upgrades. They gave you too much money for a little amount of money that it costs to upgrade something.
You think they should have? Well, I don't know. I mean, playing the game, it's hard for me to view it from that lens because it's like now, because like we have so much experience in the game, it almost feels like a cakewalk. But I've heard it like it from other people that have played the game, and just some people think that the game's like really difficult, and I don't blame them. This game has the tendency to be really difficult. Some stages are really brutal, and if you're a newcomer, just yeah, it's quite hard. Like I compare this game sometimes to Slipstream or even Outrun. I guess this is almost like an Outrun style game, or at least the feel of the car is almost like that. I was mentioning Slipstream. Like it's picking up that game. It was like just world of difference. Just like getting into it was just like tough. Did you buy Horizon Chase for the PC?
Yeah, I think so. It's on Steam, if I'm not mistaken.
What'd you think of it?
It was too long of a game.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it was like 6.5 hours or something.
Yikes.
Like almost double this.
Is it really that long?
Yeah, it took me a good 6.5 hours to beat it easily. That was on my first playthrough, so I mean, it could probably be done in 4, but probably first playthrough is about 6. Also, I like how they give you money here, but you have nothing to upgrade. I guess you can fake upgrade. Or you downgrade to something and upgrade again. That was pretty good. Better than I thought. 212 is usually the norm there, if done correctly. This track has a sharp turn on it as well. You can't go through the barriers, the merge barriers here. I've done it in real time before, but it's difficult.
Yeah, so there's a couple of tracks. It's good that you mentioned that. There are a couple of tracks where it's more viable to try to go through the the track markers on the that indicate direction when you're making that turn. If the turn is like that sharp, um, sometimes it's more viable to just try to pixel your way through it. Um, in the context of a 3 hour run where it almost feels like you're winging it midway through it because you know I mean I certainly don't have the stamina to constantly run this game all the time. Um, or at least like remember every detail for each track. And I would rather just rely on just quick reactions, looking at the mini map and like, oh, okay, this is what it looks like. Let me just not mess this up next time. Holy cow! Yeah, so you'll see him sometimes go through the road markers. That was really sick, by the way, on that fourth lap. My reaction is like super delayed. You guys are gonna be like, "Holy cow!" And he's like, "What? What's he reacting to? The title screen? What's going on?" I feel like the best part of playing this game is just how quickly you blast through tracks that just have easy turns for the minute or so that you do so anyways before you see cars just come by as you're lapping them. Then the game gets like really hard.
Oh boy, here we go. We're in Rome now. This track isn't too bad, actually. I mean, it's difficult, don't get me wrong, but not bad.
That's right. It has that. You get like there's like a couple of nitro pickups in this level, I think. Um, I'm probably saying it as he's doing it. There's a really tough right turn that you have to go off road for if you don't want to get hit. And at that point, you're better off just taking the 10-mile sacrifice instead of getting bonked and just losing a whole chunk of your speed.
Yeah, pretty good so far.
Yeah, the whole downhill section of the map is just so much fun. You have to dodge the the speed bumps, but if you're like me as a youngin, you just like seeing the car just hop up and down just because it makes no sense in real life, but you could do that. It looks awesome.
Oh yes, Sicily.
Oh, I see what you mean by the detuned music. I guess it's like the twang, it kind of like slides up to the note where it's trying to reach.
Really, that white car didn't want anything to do with me boosting at the beginning. What are hitboxes?
Great question. Yeah, it's like you get a little more leeway on the right side, yeah. Oh, never mind. It's the other way around.
All that I can do there, the yellow car got my way. I was already turning anyway, so. Bad luck.
Yeah, the cars at the end are it's almost like you don't really know what's going to happen. Well, I don't know. I know that I feel like when I played USA percent, which is a different category, when I was just constantly running that, you could tell near the end like what's going to happen. Like you'll find like certain patterns happen and whatnot.
USA
But
percent, the category that is very difficult to beat real time.
yeah, that's the so USA percent is a different category. It's much shorter in that by using a password glitch, you can it's yeah, using a password glitch, and it's not like you input a password. It's really just it's super simple to set up. I don't want to explain it, but you can start off in any country you want with a set amount of money, and that money's dependent on it's $10,000 per country that you're skipping. So USA percent, we just skip to the last country and get 150,000 to use and buy upgrades. And so in that one, you have enough money to purchase the best engine, the best gearbox, and then the second best nitro. And we've been whittling down that time. It's unbelievable how how optimized it is right now. There's a wall glitch on one of the tracks, and so we had to, for the sake of the run or the category, make it a separate category for the wall glitch, just because it's super inconsistent and it's a glitch in itself. Did we get that down to sub 910?
Almost. I think it's 100 milliseconds off or something.
Do you have the record on that still? It's been a minute.
Yeah, I do.
Dope. Man, I'm so washed up. Yeah, so that category has a theoretical time of what is it, like 909 or 907? I don't know what it is, but it's under 910, and we've yet to break that part for the category. All tracks is very much improvable. Just requires a lot of practice on literally every other track.
I'd probably say the best a human could do for all tracks is maybe like a 246. If done perfectly.
I I want to test that out at some point.
Do the glitch list or something?
Yeah. Again, it's just finding the time and the willpower to commit to something that long. All the re-records, the routing, and looking into seeing what upgrades are more important. I think you got a good upgrade path. Right now we have, well, I say we, it's really more technical. He made a all tracks with wall glitches TAS, and I think that's at what, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's 219 48.15, I think.
Absolutely bonkers.
And that can be like a 216 probably, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you went out of your way to really test a lot of the wall. Did you test all of the walls?
Well, as of right now, there's currently 17 tracks that have wall glitches of the 64. Well, 18 technically. Sheffield glitch.
Oh, you found that one after?
I'm still looking into nice and what else? I'm looking into Ellie. I know there's one there, but it's just very difficult to do. I'd say maximum probably 20 tracks out of the 64 is the maximum.
That's without even knowing like how the wall glitch works. We just really just test. Let's just ram this car into this wall, see what happens.
That's kind of what I did for Ireland track. I just like messed around. I was like, hey, this works.
Yeah, the worst part about it is that it's just super unreliable. Like you're not sure what you're gonna get once you try doing it. It's really a crapshoot.
I was thinking about matching the car color to the type of weather. Like snow would be white, gray would be rain or something.
Oh, for the task.
I think that would be cool, but I was thinking about doing this right here in this run as well.
Oh, that's just that's gonna take some time menuing.
And if I
Oh wait,
do,
when did you change to when did you change to black?
magician never reveals his secrets. Not when I play magical hats.
Yeah.
That's about it. I have a great opportunity to change the car color on the next two tracks because I can stay the same car color because they're both snow.
That's what we're gonna use the estimate on. We're gonna reach 305 exactly just by changing the car color, just waiting. Oh, this level's an absolute blast.
Like because of the nitros, it's a blast, or like.
So yeah, you'll notice. I'll mention the whole 228 miles per hour thing again. You can see he just stays around that speed for so long, and it's almost like an extended boost.
Using the estimate.
Great dodging. That was. So doing those dodges is it's not as easy as he's making it look, especially if you're winging it or if you don't have as much track familiarity. Yeah, not taking a hit at the start of the race is a feat in itself. And then doing the same thing later on in the track, just avoiding cars, is just like you're really at the mercy of the game, whether it's the camera position, because you could go uphill and then boom, there's a car just like right there.
So another snow track. Who would have guessed?
Is this the really hard to pronounce one? Unfortunately,
I think so. Really hard to pronounce. That should have been the track name. Really hard to pronounce.
I'm saying that as an uninformed. Yeah, it's the let's put the entire keyboard.
Just smash the keyboard and hope and pray that it lands on something. Makes sense. Yeah, on this track too. Sometimes it's better to on the oh, on like the weird chicanes. Sometimes it's better to just not press a direction and let the track just kind of go its way. Um,
Because if you're holding a direction and you're going, like I said, faster than like 200 something miles an hour, you're just gonna slide all over the place, especially if you're trying to go a specific direction, or maybe the turn's just too sharp and you can't wiggle your car to maintain your grip. The snow tracks are really difficult. And you're still nailing it though.
Well, it's almost that time. Almost South America time.
South America time.
Want to talk about this sharp turn coming up on South America?
Oh man, I would if I didn't try to forget all about it.
Same.
Uh, Chile is absolutely gross in that it's super misleading. First turn is like, is it the first turn?
It sure is.
Yeah, it's the first turn. It's, oh my goodness, you have to go off road. It's the same thing as the first track in. Oh no, the second track. I'm thinking London. It's the same thing. Fortunately, you get that like really nice straightaway at the end. It's always something with the end about just having like a great straightaway. But it's the first turn, and it's not even this track. Even the next track as well. Um, just it's that first turn again. You just have to go off road.
$210, not too bad.
Oh yeah, not bad at all.
Mexico, because that makes sense. So there's a wall glitch here.
Yeah.
There is. Hard to believe, I know. This game's just full of them. Okay, red car, never mind. Killing the vibe here, red car.
Unfortunate.
I was gonna bump into him again, just because, but I did. Ah yes, Peru.
Couple tricky turns.
I can't believe this track can be completed in a second. It's almost like it doesn't exist or something, you know? I mean, another
I
wall
wish.
glitch, another day, you know? Just the normal around here. To think that this track was going all this, I had to hit some. $145. Ah, yes. This track. It's very tricky. But if done well, it's fun. Not like every other track in the game.
A couple of tricky turns as well. Really more at the start.
They give a lot of nitros on this track. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's probably what they did as a replacement for the lack of pit stops. They probably thought, oh, yeah, this is probably too long if we're not going to implement this feature. So let's just put a couple of these in here and just see what happens.
There's another 7-lap track. Yeah, the soundtrack is pretty good in this game. I mean, it gets repetitive, but still good.
Yeah.
I just went right to that green car, by the way. Don't question it. I thought this was Top Gear 3000 for a second.
Just jumping over him.
Going right through him.
Yeah, the amount of tracks versus how many races there are, it's
How many tracks versus how many races there are?
um sorry, tracks is in music.
Oh,
My bad.
I got confused by,
Music's great though. Straight bopping. Tracks to tracks ratio.
I like how sometimes when I finish a race, I can slam into the back of a car. Makes me stuck. Imagine if that property actually worked without finishing the race. Weird. Yeah, so the rain tracks, they have an effect. Snow tracks as well. They make you slip around the track if you don't take the turns correctly.
Yeah, you can hydroplane going too fast, or if you don't have a good enough wet tires upgrade.
Let's see, what's... Oh yes, this track. Another sharp turn track at the very end. But it can be glitched into. I'm gonna try not to do so. Other than this wall glitch and out on this track, it's pretty okay.
No, it's not too bad. Like even that sharp turn at the end, it's manageable. And I really just like the feel of going underneath those bridges. So now we're in Switzerland. Geneva's not too bad. Not much else to say. It's not too bad.
Almost forgot we're doing glitchless.
Oh, yeah, no, there's not too much happening. The Brown Sound. And there's so much I could say about. Oh, I don't know if there's so much I could say. I mean, you can talk a bit about the tracks, but
We can talk about the location. Become geography experts.
I'd like to travel to all these places at some point, especially Houston. I mean, that's not a bad assumption to make, Rayo. Mario Paint is like most of the music for the. Would it be a digital audio workstation?
Maybe.
Um, it's a most. I mean, most. No, all SNES music is really made in trackers. It's like the product of its times. It's just tracker music, a lot of synthesized sounds, and if you're the guy who's making aquatic ambience off of Donkey Kong Country, then you're gonna be importing long wave sounds just to get that silky smooth.
That's actually a good idea. To read the location on Wikipedia as I'm racing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently, you know, it was a good idea, but so what you see here, you'll see
Where are we now?
a tunnel, and then you'll see a large rock in the background. See two gray walls. I don't think that's there in real life. We don't know though. Could be.
I'm seeing a lot of those gray walls everywhere. I wonder if that's just like a popular thing to do. I'm gonna have to go to these places in real life and see if they got big gray walls. That's what I really want to see. I want to see a flat single color bridge that's pitch black except for the road and the white lights. Yeah, 8 sound channels. That sounds right.
I like how
So, yeah,
that
this
works
is.
every time.
Oh, I was about to go on a wiki-fill tangent.
Oh, go ahead. No, no, I'm all ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so apparently Lucerne is a city in central Switzerland. Who would have guessed? Um, in the German-speaking portion of the country. Um, it's known for its preserved medieval architecture. Um, Holy cow, this place is actually gorgeous. Like, I'm just looking at the images, I'm just like, holy cow. It's like wallpaper material, are you kidding me?
Like actual wallpaper material,
Yeah, it is beautiful.
like the kind you buy at Home Depot, or like.
Both. Both the desktop and, well, wow. It's also a dairy brand in the USA, that's right.
Hey, did you know that this is my favorite track in the entire video game?
Which one? The next one?
Yeah.
Zurich? You mean the most evil snow track in the game?
Ever designed by a human being?
Oh, count me in. No, this track is evil. So I mentioned about a couple hours ago, maybe hour and a half ago, about the whole mashing a direction multiple times to keep grip on sharp turns. You can't do that in this level, or anything else for that matter. Count the crashes. And if it's 0, I'm gonna be absolutely astonished. But this track is just difficult.
Oh, I crashed.
Oh.
But it was on purpose.
It was that was really, really good. Holy cow. It's hard to use nitros on that track just because you get punished if you just go too fast, so you're stuck sitting at 215. USA time?
Yeah.
Bring her home.
Did I do the duty guarantee?
Let's see it. So yeah, this is the start of USA percent. Except it's we've got more upgrades than we would normally have. So the difficulty here is if you've for us just playing this category specifically is not falling into the same traps of what I wouldn't call it the same traps. It's just the having this much speed, like having a third nitro is just a little unusual for the first 3 tracks of USA. Oh, speaking of USA, good morning, USA. We're here, boys. We made it.
What a coincidence. Hey, look, no crashes. Wow. Oh, dang it. Man, the race is going so good, too.
So on these tracks, you'll see, especially Los Angeles, you'll see some really great nitro optimization. Again, that just comes from running the category so often. There's a long stretch in this level where he's not going to boost for like after his boost, he's just going to stay at around 231 to 228 miles per hour. It's going to be like that for a good 10 to 11 seconds.
153.
You gonna try the swag strat?
Am I gonna try this flank strat, dude?
Yeah, I say go for it.
I'll go for it. If I mess it up, then I don't know.
Just blame me. I mean, you'll have more than enough speed, or not speed, but like, you know what I mean. You'll nail it. So you'll see more car wiggle in this stage.
All right, 2 for 2.
2 for 2, baby. Let's see it. So the swag strat here is going off the road at that really sharp left turn. He goes in between the side markers there. That saves about, if you go in between, it saves about 2 to 3 seconds, as opposed to having to slow down, not get hit, and then kind of nitro a little bit after to keep the extended speed boost.
That was a perfect race.
2 for 2, bud. What the heck?
Maybe I'm just that good. I mean, I don't have 1,500 attempts on USA percent for nothing. By the way, this is the last track.
So at the start of each track, or at this race specifically, he'll, after his boost, try to go on the right side of the first set of speed bumps. If he nails that, which is also pixel perfect because you don't have enough turning power to go on the left side of the road, so you have to risk on the right side if you're going to do it to keep that extended speed and not hit the grass. You have to not hit the grass and then also not hit the markers and not the speed bump.
Sub 250. I'll take it.
Sub 250.
249.44.
That's
I don't even know what that is.
that's a PB for you, bud.
Oh, okay. A nice win. window emulation.
That's honestly not bad at all. I wonder how much time you would have saved by not switching your colors.
Was that a PB by 11 seconds?
Yeah,
15?
14.
14.
Yeah.
Good. Quality assurance. Make sure to yell at these guys. They made sure this game was high quality. I'm the new champion. I can't believe it, dude. Unbelievable. Alright. Well, let's see. I am underestimate. Do I have enough time to show one of the glitches?
I say why not?
Only gonna take a minute and a half anyway. If that. Probably gonna take like less than a minute and a half, probably like 55 seconds.
Yeah, passwords that can crash the game.
Alright.
I say do that.
So...
I say do that last. You can show off the continue country glitch if you want.
So who's ready for some glitches here? Because this is about to get some very, very spicy here. So if you remember Ireland from earlier, remember how I had to do the track normal? Well, I don't have to do the track normal anymore. Oh, that's one of them. So that's Dublin done in 25 seconds.
Wait, you nailed it? Oh snap.
And we have one more glitch for extra measure. And it takes 4 seconds, if done right. There we go. 5 seconds.
It's crazy how like the layers mess up. Like right underneath. Oh, I'm sure they didn't know about it.
This is not how you play the game. So that's Ireland glitches. One extra glitch, I guess, it's not really a glitch, but it kind of is going to continue country, United States, and then race. It kind of just gives you a lot of money, enough to buy everything besides Nitro. Basically, you go to continue game, and then you enter a password that's not really a password that you entered. And then you're able to continue from where you left off, although you never left off there. You get like the best engine, best wet tires, third best dry tires, best gearbox, and third best nitro. You can change the car color if need be.
Yeah, so what the game's trying to do there is the game, even though you haven't really put in a password, it still has a password ready for the country that you're in and the amount of upgrades that you have. And so what happens is once you press A, or you press a button and it says, oh, you have an invalid password, what it's doing there is it's adding the current country to the password that's currently loaded, because it loads a password for continue game regardless of whatever happens.
Right.
So you can do that to kind of travel wherever you want. And that's how USA% came to be.
Let's see. Well, this game doesn't really have any runners, but if people are interested, there is a speedrun.com page for it. There's also a Discord for it as well, which covers all the top tier games. So if people are interested in this game and want to run it, just message me and I'll be glad to help. Same with Rally. We both know a lot, so if you're interested, just give me a holler on Twitter or whatever you want to do. And that's been Top Gear 2 for the Super Nintendo. Not much I can say there, so that's it. Thanks for having me.
Good job, Technickle. Thank you, guys.